Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Thursday afternoon, April 27th. We're looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and SPY. Incredibly impressive day for the bulls as we go out with a triple distribution day in ES. We have 6 sets of single prints. Righty goes out with a double distribution day. And I think they had an outside day up where they closed. They took out yesterday's low and high, but I believe they closed above it. NQ, exploding again after the close with Amazon earnings, had 6 sets of single prints. Remember, N doesn't take any of these back. So they go out with a quadruple. Actually, they took back K singles. I want to see how many distributions they ended up with. What? 1, 2, 3... 4. So they end up with 4 distributions. They had 5 at one point. Very, very impressive. Tech earnings have been very good. We go out, like I said, with a triple distribution. Our upper distribution is L&M's low to L's high. Okay? By the way, ES goes out with a poor high again. So their next 2 destinations are 2 poor highs. We didn't get the other one. Then our middle distribution is all the way from H's high to F's low. And our first distribution is from E's high to the day's low. So we have a triple distribution. Our volume right now, not bad. Not bad. It's at 83.5 million. So we're going to do at least average. I kept the room out of trouble. On a day like today, it's so easy for people to... There wasn't a lot of tempo and volume early in the day, but it did not. We grinded up the entire day. We only stopped one time framing up once in D period for about 2 seconds. They barely got below the 144 for like a minute, came back up, never saw it again, one time framed up the whole day. NQ did not stop one time framing up until M. That's incredibly powerful. Righty, we said, took out both sides. So they actually had trouble when the day started. So very powerful day. I kept the room out of trouble. As far as myself, I did well in the beginning. A, B, and C, I did well on longs. But in D period, because we weren't holding trend yet, I did take a short. If I held it for a little long, I could have made some on it. It did come back in, but I took it off for a 2-point loss. I was eating an F period when the grind really started. And then... For those of you who have been following me on YouTube here for 3 years or so, these are not my favorite days. Nobody's fault but my own. This market told you could have been long in anywhere because the market paid every long up until M period. Okay? M period is the only period we did not take out a previous time frame high. Look at that. Even D was a reversal bar. They took out C's low and C's high. Every frame. We didn't have one inside bar until M. So every buyer got paid. Amazing. And even M's getting paid now here in N period. So, it's something I constantly work on. The good news is, there were times in the past I would short this. Well, we can't go any higher when it got to H. Well, wait a second. We can't get any higher. Oh, yes, you can. So it's the money you keep, not the money you make. Am I disappointed that I didn't participate on the whole way up? Of course I am. But I still made money. And still kept the room out of trouble, which is the main goal. The room is not about my trading. It's about telling the people what's going on in the market. And I couldn't be any clearer saying, short. If you're short, you better abort. If you're not comfortable long, and watch. But right now, any pullbacks, are being paid. And I'm trying to teach the younger traders in my room not to get the mindset I do. Just looking at price. Don't look at price. Look at what the profile's telling you. Doesn't matter how far we've gone up. Until we stop the one-time framing, nothing's changed, and you can still be looking for longs. I'm not telling you to long every new high, but on any kind of pullback so you can be comfortable using the prior time frames low as you're out, longs are certainly the play. So that's what this room is all about. As far as destinations, today's upside, 412.65 is today's high. Then we have 413.07. For SPY and 413.70 and then 415.08. For the downside, Boy, I hate to give all these single prints. It wastes a lot of time. But here we go. Make sure you write them down. First set, 412.06 to 411.80. 411.67 to 15. 410.73 to 12. 410.06 to 409.85. 409.50 to 21. 409.15 to 408.96. And today's low of 406.74. In ES, downside, single prints 51 to 48.75, 45.75 to 42, 37.50 to 31.50, 30.75 to 28.75, 23.75 to 22 and a quarter, 21.50 to 19.50. Today's low of 97.25. For the upside, 57.50. Today's high, poor high, 64 and a quarter. Daily high, poor high, and 71.75 daily high. Now, one other thing. After closing below the 4,100 level, I thought maybe they're going to have trouble. Boy, oh boy, it was not the case. As we opened right at it, never saw it again. SPY's New York opening, if I was to put this in ones, the New York opening was the low ticket of the day, 397,000 shares. Never saw it again. Incredibly impressive. So let's go check the charts. Tomorrow night we'll recap all of these indices. Okay? And it top down. Thanks for liking and subscribing. You know, I put a lot of time and effort for you guys in these videos, especially the fact giving you these reference points all the time that make it easy for you to just write them down after I give them to you. So hitting the like button should be a very easy thing to do. I really appreciate it. So one day to go in the month. It's still the smallest monthly range since January of 2020. Almost 3.5 years. So we'll see if it extends tomorrow. It's also telling us you're going to explode, hopefully, one way or the other out of it. Look at January. By the way, that's interesting. I didn't even notice that. The last time we had a range this small was January of 2020. You know what happened next, right? COVID. We went down a lot. Will we get the same result, either up or down, after this month? Remains to be seen. Weekly is a 4-week balance right now, okay? This week's low is the low of it. Last week's high is the high of it. Do we get more legs to take out last week's high and have an outside week up? Remains to be seen. 4-week balance. Daily. Blue above the 20. 3-day balance. Today is the high of it. Yesterday is the low of it. If we take out today's high, the daily would be back to up for me. Hope you had a good day trading. Enjoy your evening. Already we're over average, 89 million. Amazon's trading at 121, so it's up about $10, $11 from where the high was from today. Enjoy your evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.